The Outworlds 2 director is trying to speed run his career. Just so stupid. All right, you see the headline. The Outer Worlds 2 director says not every RPG is for every single person. So Obsidian is not going to make a game for literally everybody because it waters down the experience a lot. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, Kevin, how could you object to that? How could you look at that quote, being a fan of games that actually force you to have to live with your decisions, depending on whether or not those decisions are based on knowing what the consequences of my actions are going to be and not a, haha, gotcha. How could you be against that? Well, because he's talking about respecting. Yeah, he's talking about not allowing you to respect your character. There's a lot of times where you'll see games where they allow infinite respec. And at that point, I'm not really role playing a character because I'm jumping between, well, my guy is really a great assassin that snipes from a long range, and oh, you know, now I'm going to be a speech person. I would love to know what game he's referring to because the games that allow you infinite respecs are typically Souls games, and if there's a Souls game out there that actually has the complexities of Skyrim, Oblivion, or like any great open world RPG with a ton of interactive systems, yeah, please post that in the comments because I need to get on that stuff like immediately. And yes, I know the Avalon game does have a Souls-like comment system, so yeah. So you don't need to tell me about that one. Then Respec again, and it's like, for me, it's not wrong for people to like to play that, describes Adler. Not wrong, but not right for the Outer Worlds too. But I love how they are messing up the punctuation because there'd be quotation marks there, but I'm not an editor. Look, if we're going to do the Outer Worlds 2, I want to make sure that role playing is really strong. Admits the lead. I want to make sure that you're building your character and really doubling down, making sure that role playing comes through the whole experience. If that means the pool of potential players is smaller, Adler says, that's all right. And I'd like to point out to everyone that's the only part that Big Daddy Microsoft is going to hear from this. What's that? You could have made us more money, but chose not to? Catering to literally everybody just is not as important as making the game the developers want. Yeah, how well that work out for you guys with Avowed? How well that work out for you? Yeah, because you guys don't have talent, skill, or I'm gonna quite arguably say intelligence. So maybe you guys should just make what the general audience wants because that'd probably be objectively a better product. It's probably not a popular thing for me to say. No. See, he knows this is a popular thing to say, which is why he's saying it because it got Baldur's Gate 3 a ton of accolades. It got other RPGs a ton of accolades. He knows what he is saying is popular with the general RPG market, especially after it came out. EA thought that they would just eat whatever slop was put in front of them so they didn't have to cater to the general RPG crowd. He knows what he is saying. And I'm here to tell you right here, right now, within 3 weeks to a month of this game releasing, it's going to have a respec option. They're going to add it in. And to counter what this guy is saying, most games that have an RPG system that allow respecing, they generally have it tied to an item that is very finite in quality to the point where you might only be able to respec 3 to 5 times in the entire game. That's it. But like, that's just not as important. That doesn't come into the calculus of the cool, fun game I want to make. Your game's about capitalism bad. You are not making a fun game. The lead says developers want to respect people's time, and for me, in a role-playing game, this is respecting everyone's time. No, it's not. Let me tell you something. Come here. The Outer Worlds 1 had a win build. If you wanted the best ending with all the best outcomes, you had to build your character a very specific way, focusing on science and charisma. because at the end of the game, those were the two most important stats. Which, fortunately for me, is how I love to play these games, so that didn't bother me that much, but it was annoying that I had to play a specific way. I had to upgrade in a specific way the entire way through if I wanted the best ending. Because Obsidian puts level caps in their game, which are objectively annoying. I'm telling you guys, like, whenever I'm playing an RPG and I can't level up no more, I just lose, like, probably a third to two-thirds of my interest in playing that game. It's an RPG, I should be able to level up, and once I can't level up no more, I just feel the game pointless. Most developers are smart. Oh, yeah, we have a level cap of 100. Okay, well, what's the probability of me ever reaching that level cap? All right, so do you want to grind out like 200 to 300 hours to get there? No, not really. Oh, then you're probably going to hit around 60 to 80. Okay, cool. Because the XP requirements to get to the top levels, it just becomes astronomically high, or their level up system is so vast, whether there is technically a cap like in the 1,000 or so, or several hundreds, but realistically, you're never going to get there even after several new game pluses, like from Software's games. This guy he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I guarantee you guys, again, there will be a respec option, because Big Daddy Microsoft is going to look at stuff like this when this game flops and be like, hey, so you cost us money by not including a respec function and made an inferior product that very clearly does not represent the interest of the general audience. Yeah, put it in there. Don't feel bad when Obsidian's gutted, guys. Do not feel bad for these people. They deserve it. They flat out deserve it. These aren't the people who made the New Vegas. These aren't the people who made the games that you love. The Grounded team, they're probably going to be fine. They actually make something that's profitable. So if you like Grounded, don't worry about those guys. Everyone else is just going to get gutted at some point. And it's pretty warranted because these guys DEI hired, so almost very few people there are with talent anymore. And the people with talent are likely going to be the ones who survive the layoff rounds. And that's all there's to say about this. Hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.